SFJ. There's too many stairs, so I put an elevator in request for repairs. He's working my farm, trying to get a loan, so I chopped off his arm. I have you living in the door.
Hi, my name is Colin Kelly. I'm a director of luxury estates on the Forster Group. I've been in the business for about 5 years, and I specialize in home buying and selling all over Los Angeles, but especially in the Beverly Glen area where I live and work. I was always doing sales. I worked in radio, and then I was selling air, so that's a lot more difficult than selling wood and concrete and land. I also was an artist, helped me think creatively. I'm an MC, so I can freestyle, so I can think on my feet, helps me when negotiating. And as an artist in the late 90s and early 2000s, you really kind of had to do everything yourself, and that's a good snapshot of what it's like to be an agent. It was actually the process of buying my first home. My wife and I spent almost 2 years searching for a house, and we had a great agent, but at the same time, and it's a recommendation I give to all my buyers now, you work as your own buyer's agent. The resources and tools are there for you to search yourself, so I really fell in love with the process, finding houses, going and looking at houses, comparing pros and cons, really learning neighborhoods and school districts, and that process really made me fall in love with the home buying process, but it also opened my eyes to everything I didn't know about it. So as I was training and getting my license, I also went and worked with a general contractor and was running leads for roofs and windows and stucco jobs to really help me learn the bones of a house and inspect the house before I got into actually selling houses. I think the biggest challenge, or one of the biggest challenges in real estate, is starting out. When you first start out, there's not a lot of direction, and you don't know what to do really with your day, your time management. And that's a challenge throughout your career. Now with 2 young children, time management is an issue as well. But when you're starting out, you really have to put back into your business, whether it's investing with money or with sweat equity. And I think that's a misconception. I think when people start out, they think they'll be starting to do deals right away, but you really have to lay a foundation before earning the trust of people to start doing deals. My career really changed when I joined Sally's team, and over the last 2 years, I've done $22 million roughly in total sales volume. That included 2 of the highest sales in Bel Air Ridge in 2017 and 2018. Also, just last year, a couple months ago, secured one of the highest leases in Cheviot Hills ever recorded at $16,500 a month. The most memorable sale that I was a part of was the late great legendary George Duke estate in the Outpost Estates in the Hollywood Hills. George Duke was a legendary composer, musician, piano player with Frank Zappa, and then went on to work with all the greats, Michael Jackson, Smokey Robinson, and his studio, which is called Legonx West, which is very famous in the music industry, where lots of these timeless recordings were recorded, went up for sale after George passed. And I had the honor of showing the property and being there when the new owners were doing inspections and really making sure that it went to a family that could appreciate the type of property that they were purchasing. And in the end, they were going to keep the live room downstairs where all these great recordings had been done for their daughter, who was an aspiring artist, so that she could work on her singing and dancing and learning instruments in this legendary live room. So that was a really cool sale that I was a part of. When you start out, it's a great idea to find an agent that's doing business, that's doing deals, that you gel with, and see if you can work for them. Teams are the trend of the future, and obviously now I'm with a great team, but when I started, I was with a mentor. Went from the mentor to a very small team where I was a buyer's agent, and that led me to Sally's team. So I think the more active you can be, whether you're getting paid a percentage or an hourly rate or as an assistant for an agent who's doing deals and very active, I think that's the best way to get started. Because again, if you're just out there on your own, it can be really difficult, especially in today's landscape. Huge advantage is being a part of Sally's team. We have 40 years of experience, over $5 billion in total sales volume. We have a team of agents, of our marketing team. We have all these resources at our fingertips, which is very difficult for a single agent to compete with, or even a smaller team. Also, being at Compass and part of this brokerage, which is the future of real estate, offering programs like helping sellers with bridge loans, or Compass Concierge, where a seller can borrow money to do improvements to their house or staging to end up getting the highest amount of money back. These are forward-thinking concepts that other brokerages aren't doing. And then just looking at it, me personally, something that I always try to do that has helped my career is to treat every client the same, offer luxury real estate service, no matter what the price point is, whether it's a small lease in Granada Hills or a multi-million-dollar property in Beverly Hills. Treat the client and the property the same way. I feel like something that's helped me is to always come from a place where I'm trying to help somebody, whether that's the buyer, the seller, the client, the title rep, the escrow officer. If I can make myself useful and I can come from a place where I'm helping them, then it helps to get the deal done and bring people together. Lots of crazy stories. We meet lots of interesting people. I had a seller once that showed me in her cabinet jars of moon dust that she had been collecting in her backyard, and that was a feature that she wanted me to include in the description, was that you could capture live moonbeams in the backyard of just this property, and she had the proof in jars in her cabinet. So definitely included that when I was showing the house to let them know that there was moonbeams that could be captured in the backyard.